Okay, the farm that you remember is when I was one of Bobby George's slaves, and so that would have been probably in like 1958 maybe. And how they got to that farm, my stepfather's dad died, and his name was it's Frank Diehl, and he died. And there was three sons of Frank Diehl, and my stepfather was one of them. And another one would have been Clyde Diehl, and he was in a wheelchair or crutches all his life, but he made glasses. And the other was Eugene Diehl, and he owned the property right now where the Sheraton bought, but this.
Days Inn.
It's a Days Inn now, and they had a bunch of kids. But my stepfather, Bob Diehl, did not get along at all with Gene Diehl. Am I correct? I mean, they were like bitter enemies. I don't know what happened. But again, after Frank Diehl died in the middle of the 50s or so, the house went up for sale, and my stepfather ended up with it. I'm sure he, paid 1/3 of what it was. Well, he got 1/3, and he probably paid the other two off. But I do know that was a problem. But I didn't live at home then. But that's how he got that farm up there. Am I right on that?
Mm-hmm.
Like I ended up at Bobby George's, and I didn't know. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I mean, I was there for one reason, and that's to work. And one reason I'm not feeling sorry for yourself, you was maybe even younger, and you ended up as a domestic for a attorney.
I was 11. No, I was 11 when I had my first job.
But
I got room and board for that one. I helped take care of a retarded lady and clean up dog shit. They had a kennel.
Did you live there with them?
Yeah.
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 So I had.
I was 11 when I started that, and then I was 14 when I went on the farm at Bobby George, or not Bobby George's, but at Billy Everett's place, holding hay, milk cows, and clean houses, and so on. But yeah, I remember that. And then from then, I think I was 15 when I went up to Robinson's.
That's what I remember a little bit about.
Yeah, that was my third job.
I didn't
at
know
15.
That.
But it makes you who you are.
Oh, that's it.
I mean,
Mm-hmm. Oh.
nothing to do about it. I just made up my mind. My kids weren't going to be doing that. We used to go pick tomatoes together. We used to plant tomatoes together. We used to have to ride or walk 1.5 miles to the bus stop. Well, 1 mile and 4/10 to the bus stop. And Martha and I decided one time we were going to take the shortcut. It was snow. We were up to our waist in snow. And we got home about 2 hours after the rest of the kids got home. And James and I always had a race to get to the bus. A couple of times we missed the bus and had to walk on to school. And after that, we decided we better leave a little earlier. But I mean, one thing, Robert, I think, was the only one that milked the cow. And I came home from a date one night, and I was able to milk a cow too. And I came in, and we didn't have any lights in the barn or anything. And Martha, I think, met me at the door and says, "Guess what? You have to milk the cow." This I came in from a date. Robert isn't coming home tonight or whatever. So I was going with Carl at that point, and he got a lot of milking job. This one, he says, I had to stand there and hold the flashlight while she milked the cow.
I was telling Tom, I remember before we had running water or electricity, so your memory would have to be a lot more than mine.
Oh yeah. We didn't have it in either place we lived as kids. We had to carry water from the springs. We had to, we each had our thing. Mine was to wash windows every day. And I forget whose job it was to empty the pee bucket from upstairs when I was living at home. I think it might have been me. But anyway, Rosie, Giddy old Rosie, I wasn't at home when this happened, but they only had to walk to the top of the hill to get to the bus at this point. And she's walking up the hill carrying the bucket, the pee bucket. She forgot to drop it off at the toilet on the way out the door. And she told me about that, which I thought was cute. But no, we had pea buckets to empty. We had lights, kitchen lights, kerosene lights to do our homework. No wonder why my sight is going. But we had a light at the top of the steps, you know, for everyone to find the pea bucket. And well, I remember taking a bath and burning my butt on the round stove we had in the living room one time. We had this tub that they brought in. Well, it was a wash tub, and we all took turns taking a bath in that wash tub. And we had this pot-belly stove there, and somehow or other, I went to get a tub, and I went right in, right. So that hurt for a while. I don't know if anyone else ever did it or not.
But I can tell you this, every day was not bath day.
No? Oh no.
I mean, when you carried the water, that's...
Yeah.
So some things has changed for the better.
Yeah. I can remember when I was at home, I used to tell my mom when I had to do windows because we had no TV or anything. So anyone went up the road, we lived in the country, and there wasn't that many cars going up the road. Well, the kids would go to the road or to the window and look out. And if he steamed up, they write their names on it and whatever. So my job every week was to wash the downstairs windows. And I can remember saying, Mom, I am not washing windows. When I get married, I'm not washing windows only when I can't see out of them. And well, I had 2 babies in 2.5 years. And when I was pregnant with Doug, the third one, Mom came down one day and she says, Tish, I believe you. And I says, what do you mean you believe me? What are you talking about? And she says, you said you weren't going to wash the windows unless you couldn't see out. Well, I think it's time to wash the windows. So she washed the windows because I was out with Doug.